Thanks a lot, Steve and Brian. Well, it seems winter has finally arrived, but we're warming things up with a hearty, healthy soup you can make right at home. Great Scott is the head chef and owner of Le Petit Chateau in New Jersey. Good to see you again.
How are you? Nice to see you.
So we're talking about mushrooms, which are a great thing to use around the house for soup because sometimes they're hanging out in your refrigerator and you don't know what to do with them, right?
Fat-free, a lot of nutrients, potassium, vitamin B. I love mushroom soup. I think in the middle of winter, it's the best thing to use. I like to add a lot of vegetables to mine. So here I have some leeks, some turnips, some carrots, a little garlic.
I smell that.
Now what do you call sweating? You don't want to add color. You just want to take the flavor out slowly.
So what does that mean?
No colorization, bringing the butter of the vegetable out. We just want to, because if we do it too hot, you'll have color and you won't get all that flavor into your broth. And that's what we want to do, fortify the broth with the flavor of the vegetables.
So you basically just chop up those vegetables and then you add some broth.
A vegetable broth that you can get in any gourmet store. So we'll put that in. That is our base. We'll bring that to a simmer. We'll season that.
Salt, pepper?
Always salt and white pepper for me. 1/3 the strength of black pepper. Black pepper a little too strong for me.
All right. Now you were saying that the capital of mushrooms is right here in the good old USA in Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania, Kennett Square. So
why is that?
You know what? I'm not quite sure, but as I was saying to you, it's odd. You know, in the middle of Pennsylvania, they have all these cobs. In every mushroom, there's over 2,500 varieties of mushrooms. They're all done within an hour drive from here.
Huh.
So these mushrooms are in season right now or coming right out of season. You have button mushrooms.
Right. This is what people would think of probably first and foremost when they think of a mushroom. This one that looks like this. But also shiitakes, which have become really popular here.
Really
they taste
great.
delicious.
Love that. Roasted with a little olive oil, garlic, salt, pepper. Here we have enoki mushrooms.
Which you taught me the spelling of in the commercial break.
Correct. E-N-O-K-I. And that's a great garnish. Doesn't need to be cooked. It's beautiful on its own. And so with my take on the soup, you know, we're going to add the mushrooms. I'm going to add a little tarragon. We're going to let that simmer for around 45 minutes. And here, Gretchen, we have the finished product, which I'd love for you to taste.
So when you actually add the mushrooms to the soup, you just slice them up? And
I do. I don't want them to lose their integrity, their flavor. And I think these particular mushrooms on their own lend itself to a raw, slightly raw taste.
So you don't want them in there as long as the other vegetables?
Not at all. Just want to warm them. And
delicious and light, which is great.
Very light.
Because there aren't a lot of calories in this.
Only calories that are in this that I didn't mention are a couple of diced russet potatoes, Idaho potatoes.
That's no big
starch.
deal.
Yes, no, it's good for you. And a little bread, just pan-seared in butter with tarragon goes great with this.
So how would you do that?
Just pan on the fire, little oil, 2/3 butter, 1/3 oil. Oil to increase the smoke point of the butter and butter for flavor. And just fry bread in a pan as you were growing up as a child.
All right. Of course, for the recipe, you can go to foxandfriends.com. And great, Scott, thanks for the great idea for the wintertime. Good to see you.
My pleasure.
Just ahead, Dr. Manny's going to be back. He's going to break down his healthy living checklist that everyone in the Cadillac years can't afford to ignore. And why in the world would David Arquette go out in public wearing dreadlocks and a loincloth? Find out when he joins us a little later on in the show. You're watching Fox News Channel, America's Newsroom. Look at that mushroom soup. It's sweating it out. Yeah.